Hitler's 5 biggest strategic mistakes that destroyed Nazi Germany. By the spring of 1945, the German war machine that had once conquered much of Europe had completely fallen apart. Only a few years earlier, Hitler's armies had seemed unstoppable. Yet a series of major strategic decisions slowly turned Germany's greatest victories into devastating defeats. These 5 mistakes changed the course of World War II forever. The first and most dangerous decision came on June 22, 1941. Germany launched Operation Barbarossa, the largest land invasion ever attempted. Millions of Axis troops crossed into the Soviet Union, expecting a quick victory within a matter of weeks. At first, German forces advanced at breathtaking speed. Entire Soviet armies were surrounded, and hundreds of thousands of prisoners were captured. Many believed the Soviet Union was on the verge of collapse. But the campaign had been built on unrealistic assumptions. Supply lines stretched across enormous distances, roads turned into mud, fuel became scarce, and equipment wore out faster than expected. As winter arrived, German soldiers faced freezing temperatures without proper clothing or winter equipment. Instead of surrendering, the Soviet Union rebuilt its strength. Fresh divisions from Siberia joined the fighting, and in December 1941, the Red Army launched a massive counterattack outside Moscow. Germany's dream of a quick victory had disappeared. The war in the East would become a long struggle that Germany could never truly afford. Only days after the attack on the Soviet Union, Hitler made another decision, with enormous consequences. Following Japan's attack on Pearl Harbor, he declared war on the United States. Hitler believed America would take years to become a serious military threat. He underestimated the country's industrial power. American factories soon began producing aircraft, tanks, ships, trucks, and weapons in numbers Germany simply could not match. At the same time, the United States supplied Britain and the Soviet Union with huge amounts of military equipment through the Lend-Lease program. Germany now faced powerful enemies whose combined economic strength far exceeded its own. As the war continued, Hitler also became increasingly unwilling to listen to experienced military commanders. Professional generals often recommended tactical withdrawals to save their armies, but Hitler repeatedly demanded that every position be defended at all costs. This approach proved disastrous during the Battle of Stalingrad. German forces became surrounded, yet permission to break out was never granted. After months of brutal fighting, thousands of exhausted survivors surrendered. The defeat marked a turning point and destroyed the image of German invincibility. Germany's economic strategy created another serious weakness. While its enemies rapidly expanded wartime production, Germany was slower to reorganize its industries for total war. Factories did increase production later, under Albert Speer, but many historians believe these reforms came too late. By then, Allied bombing campaigns were damaging factories, transportation networks, and fuel supplies faster than they could be repaired. Finally, Germany found itself fighting on too many fronts at the same time. In the East, Soviet offensives pushed relentlessly toward Berlin. In the West, Allied forces landed in Normandy and advanced across France. German troops were also committed in Italy, the Balkans, and defending their own skies against constant bombing raids. Every new crisis demanded soldiers, fuel, tanks, and aircraft that Germany no longer possessed. Its military resources became dangerously overstretched. By April 1945, Soviet forces had entered Berlin itself. Artillery shells exploded throughout the city, as the Third Reich collapsed around its leadership. On April 30th, Adolf Hitler died in his underground bunker. Just days later, on May 8th, Germany officially surrendered, bringing the war in Europe to an end. The fall of Nazi Germany was not caused by a single battle or one dramatic event. It was the result of repeated strategic decisions that gradually weakened a nation fighting against overwhelming odds. Together, these mistakes reshaped history and contributed to one of the deadliest conflicts the world has ever witnessed.
A new chapter of human history began.